Hello and welcome everyone. So in previous video, we saw a very small glimpse of Bootstrap. In this video, I wanted to talk more about it. So let's dive into it right away. So for us to look at Bootstrap, let's go to bootstrap.com. And we can see Bootstrap is the most popular HTML, CSS, and JavaScript framework for developing responsive mobile-first project on the web. It has a lot of buzzwords in it. And honestly, Bootstrap delivers each one of these promises it makes. So let's look at a few things over here. So it is a popular HTML framework. It provides us with CSS and JavaScript that we can include in our project to make any project Bootstrap project. And it helps us in making a responsive mobile first projects on the web. So what is this responsive? So let's have a look at it. So if you have our website currently open in a standard web browser on a computer, and if you open the same website on a cell phone, so let me shrink it. So you see that I just by shrinking this to a cell phone kind of layout, it actually rendered the page in a cell phone layout. So it still has completely functional menu bars and completely functional UI elements, and everything just elegantly rendered in form of a cell phone based layout. And this is just by including Bootstrap into our project. It automatically renders the elements in the responsive mobile first way. So this is Bootstrap magic for us. Now, how do we include Bootstrap into our project is one of the main questions. So in order for us to include Bootstrap in our classic layout file, which is heart of all the JSP pages, we have added these Bootstrap related content on the top. So we will notice that we do not have any CSS or JavaScript from our static resources from the project, but these are dynamically being pulled from CDN, from Content Delivery Network. So you will see these two CSS files are dynamically being pulled, and then these three JavaScript files are dynamically being pulled from CDN. And that's it. That's all we need to do to make our project Bootstrap. Is it? So not really. So in order for us to make something into Bootstrap, we will have to get the class for the Bootstrap into our project. So for example, we need to have our the main container class defined. So the div class container is right here, and we need to have our components defined with adequate classes. So for example, our navbar is having these classes over here, but how do we know exactly which classes to use where? For that, let's go back to Bootstrap into the components page, and let's look at the navbar page, navbar section. So navbar section, we already have a list of tags for a navbar, and it's already there. So all we need to do is to just use these tags over here in our project to attain this kind of structure. So in our case, we are using right here. So div class navbar nav, and I think when I was using it, I got it from Bootstrap. Let me find that out quick. So right here, this is the navbar example. So if I press, if I right click and do view source for this, this is my static navbar, and that's how I incorporated it. So you can also just copy and paste this content over here, and you can delete the unrelated items that you see on this page, and then you'll have to modify some of the content so that it matches your particular needs. So in our case, we have line items defined as particular line items over here for these 4 links. So these are, and these guys have more links over here, and they also have a drop down that we do not need. So just by going to this particular example page and getting the nav bar from here, I mean, importing it into our HTML page and then customizing it for our needs. So in our case, you can see that we are using Spring URL for getting the links for the 4 pages, and then setting the current value to whichever current page we are on, so that we can reuse this one classic.jsp page for all the pages dynamically. So this is one part of the Bootstrap, one component of the Bootstrap that we used. The second component from Bootstrap we used is tables. So let's go to that. So on the CSS side, we have tables, and in the tables we see, by adding a few classes on our current regular table, we can make a table into a Bootstrap table. So there is a class table, there is table stripped, which causes a zebra kind of stripe over here, and table bordered, which causes the table to have a border, and hover, which causes a nice hover effect when you hover on the table. And I have used a few of these also. So if I go to teachers.jsp, you can see table hover, table bordered, and table striped over here. So let's go to our page, on teachers page. We can see the striped, and we can see the hover effect, we can see the borders, and all that is attained by including including this class over here. So that is it. That's all about Bootstrap that I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer it. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.